Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another winter preview, this time women's swimming edition with former athlete, now first-year head coach, Jenell Stott-Hodge. And I know that you used to swim for John Jay. What's it like now being the head coach after being an assistant?
It's pretty cool. I feel like I got to see the transition between being an athlete, being an assistant coach, and now being the head coach. I feel having the kind of point of view of each kind of position, I got to understand all the dynamics of kind of everything and kind of how it works, and I kind of enjoy that, knowing it from all angles. What
were some challenges as an assistant coach that you didn't pick up upon when you were a swimmer?
There's a lot of background work. So, you know, like as an athlete, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you just come in, you get a workout, coaches go home, we go back to class. But it's like now, especially as a head coach, because as an assistant coach, I didn't realize how much. Like I would do a lot in person while we were there, but there's a lot of kind of background work that I didn't notice, and it's kind of interesting, and I enjoy it though, because it kind of feeds into each other. So
now as a first-year head coach, you've got some challenges, not just obviously you being a rookie at the helm, but also you don't have any home meets this year as the swimming pool is being renovated here. As a former swimmer and coach and just all your expertise, how does that change maybe a routine for your swimmers this year?
So sometimes that can be a little tough just because we are meeting up to kind of go somewhere versus if we're kind of hanging out at our own home pool, getting ready, kind of, you know, getting pumped up. Granted, we do get that opportunity to kind of hang out when we're on the way there in the van, but something about being home is just kind of a little bit more relaxing and a little less nerve-wracking because it's kind of like, this is my pool, this is my home, I know what I'm doing in here. It's like, how's this diving block gonna be? What is this flip turn gonna be like? So it's kind of cool to see, like, to be able to have that home environment, but being away has its perks as well.
Who are some swimmers that you're excited to see this year?
I'm excited to see Mavis. She's our senior this year. I think she has the opportunity to grow a lot. She's pretty dedicated this year. It's her last year, so she kind of wants to achieve a lot, and I think that's a great kind of push and drive to get her going for the season.
So obviously the schedule is always tough this year, but one caveat or one carrot for you guys is you have a trip to Puerto Rico coming up in January, so kind of a two-parter. What do you expect from your team before January, and then what do you want to bring to Puerto Rico when you go swim down there?
I am looking forward to them being totally dedicated up until then, just because one, they have the opportunity to go to Puerto Rico, so it's like, that's great. We're going to be there in the winter time. We're going to be swimming somewhere warm, hopefully with the sun shining on us. So that'll be kind of exciting, but it's kind of the drive that it takes before then, because once you get there, it'll be tough. And the goal there is that we're going to beat our times, beat our personal goals, beat our personal bests. But we also need to look at that as our turning position because it's right before champs. So it's like we're going to train hard to do that, but from now we got to train hard to get to that because that's going to require a lot out of us. We're going to be training maybe 3 times as hard as we do here, so it'll be something kind of exciting.
Now obviously you haven't, at this taping, haven't had any meets yet, but what do you like about the character of this team that you feel this team could surprise some in the CUNY Athletic Conference?
I feel that there's a very team-like experience and everybody's like pretty united on what they're doing. Like my returners are pushing my freshmen into this new experience because, you know, they're coming in from high school and they're like, wow, I've never kind of had to deal with college, and then now a team, and it's like I feel like the team is kind of the support system and they're really united, and everything kind of putting them together is helping them elsewhere, in school, out of school, with just general life, and I feel like they have a really team-like environment. Like they're pretty a tight-knit team, so I like that.